Now, if you've gotten a couple of pages done, you ought to be good at transposing. This page number 57 is a little bit tricky in some of the skills and the way it looks. It appears not to work out. Now I'm going to pick problem number 3. They're in the first column. Some of them will end up with 2 unknowns. It won't be solved with x equals 3 or 1 or some number like that. And it looks unresolved, but it is algebra skill that tests how you transpose. That's why we like it and put it where we did in our packet. On this problem, it's a little tricky, not bad. What's the key to the whole thing? Number 1, you have a parenthesis. So you say, what's going on there and what is in front of it? By the way, on the AccuPlacer, on the test, every negative sign, they will put one somewhere in front of your parenthesis just to trick your bad self. Okay, so that negative is like a -1. That negative has to affect that number. And it has to affect that number. That's the distributive. It affects everything in there. The negative sign changes every sign. If that were a positive sign, it changes no sign. Remember? Please get that right. 8y stays the same. There you go. I did that dyslexic to see if you could tell. We'll just see if you picked it up. All right, negative times a +3. That's it. And what's that negative now? Times a -6y. You had better come up with a +6y. There you go. I'll try it again just to see how you're doing. Did you get that one? All right. What do we do now? What is 8y and 6y? Of course. Let me try to get this here. There we are. 14y. Now that -3, let's move it. There's nothing over here. Let's put it over here. Let's put a +3. So, equal sign, +3. 14 times some number gives you 3. That looks weird, doesn't it? Well, divide these two out and put a 14 over here. There you go. Believe it or not, 3 over 14 is your value for y. Do you get that? It looks wrong, but the AccuPlacer will have 1, 2, 3 inequalities or weird numbers just like that. And you have to know the process. If you do your process right, you'll be fine. Okay, have fun on the whole page. Finally, we are at your favorite algebra part. Word problems. Yes. This is where that 4-letter word shifts over to that 4-letter word. Math equals hate. But you know what? If you will look in the middle of page 19, by the way, there's a little box there. They show you how to write what they're talking about. If you will use this practice, it will not be hard. Use that. I'm going to look at number 3, where it says the difference when 3 is subtracted from 4 times the number represented by C. Now that's confusing. Nobody talks like that except a mathematician. No wonder you hate math. Nobody talks like this, okay? It's crazy. But we got to work with these guys. They're nerds. They run their whole department. They think the way they think. Look, the key thing here is you got the difference when 3 is subtracted from 4 times the number represented by C. The number represented by C, the unknown is what? C. Okay? That's the deal. Everybody's got a C, right? You see that? No, that wasn't a joke. Okay, now, you've got 4 times that number. Well, duh, Mr. Rhodes, that's easy. 4C, right? There you go. Talk about a word problem. Now, you have the difference when 3 is subtracted from. What does that mean? Well, you get the 4C and you take away 3. So 4C minus 3 is the answer. So, in math talk, if you were a mathematician, teacher, math and professor, the difference when 3 is subtracted from 4 times the number represented by C. Oh man, give me a break. But that's the answer. That's how simple it is. Can you understand that? Go back and look it over. Do your best. You heard about talk about a word problem. You can say this real fast on your own if you can do this. He sells seashells. He sells seashells. Ah, almost made it. He sells seashells. She sells cell phones. It's an update, okay? Think about it. That's right. Go on and do some more problems. I'm going to come back on another one in a second. Okay, guys, the next page is real simple. Page number 20, problem number 8. This is math speak again. Weird talk. Got this one? The quotient obtained when 4 times the number represented by x is divided by 5. Well, indubitably. Oh, man. Winning, duh. That's what we're doing. That is what we're doing. I saw that. Bipolar? No, no, no. We are by winning. By winning, right here. Man, he's cratering. I don't know. That could end ugly. It kind of already has, you know. Look, all right, the quotient. I got off track here. Excuse me. This is not Charlie time. Help us. Quotient. What is that? That's division. Good. The result, the answer, quotient, you get when 4 times the number. What's the number? 4 times some number represented by x. X is your unknown there. Got that? And it's what? Divided by 5. I know. You probably had that was so easy. I picked an easy one for me. So I won't tell you my wife is sneaking by back there being quiet, but you can if you listen carefully, you can hear Jerry. Yeah, there you go. Everybody, hi Jerry. She's a sweetheart. She puts up with me. That's not easy. All right, do your page. Okay, I'm back a little bit. I trust you are too. And you did fine on those, right? Listen, on page 23, the next page over, you get some easy problems as word problems. They write the equation, you plug in a value that's not there by reading it. You'll see it, it's easy problems. I have a score key you can look at for it too. On page 24, I do want to do number 2. It's a good equation and a good process, okay? So if you turn over there, we will look at it. Basically, it's a type of problem. On the actual AccuPlacer test, there's an array of different little problems very similar to this kind of problem. That's why we train your skills. It's an essential elementary algebra skill. This is not algebra 3.5. This is just algebra 1, guys. Don't get the big head. You can do this though. Okay. It tells you in problem number 2 that you have 2 numbers that equal 42. They add up to 42. Well, that's what it means. 2 numbers equals 42. Then they tell you a relationship between the 2 numbers. The small number, 5 little ones, equal the large number. Okay? Well, how do you solve that? Well, the large number is going to be 5 times as big as the small. That's what it's telling you. Can you see that as you read that? That it takes 5 little ones to make up the large one. So if you make the small your unknown x, 5 times x equals the large number. Then you take those values, the large, see, is 5x. So the large one's 5x, the little one is x. That's how you do it. Then you go back here, these 2 numbers give you 42. So you've got your small number, x, your large number, 5 times as large as the little one. You got that. And of course, that's what? There you go. 6x equals 42. There you go. Yeah. Divide by 6. X is 7. There you go. You knew that, right? That's how you do it, guys. Go ahead and have some fun on the problems. Do your best. You'll be ready. This will be good skill training. Good job.